Welcome back to Peacock TV Spoilers, the only place you need to be for all your Salem drama. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the madness that our favorite soap is serving up. Are you all still breathing after that insane cliffhanger? We have been tracking these plot lines for weeks, and Thursday, May 28, is going to blow the roof off. Let's get right into the heart of the matter. The situation with Abe Carver, Paulina Price, and Lexie Carver is completely tearing the fandom apart. On Thursday, we are going to see a deeply emotional, raw conversation between Abe Carver and Theo Carver. Now, we already know that Paulina Price made the utterly agonizing decision to pack Paulina Price's bags, remove Paulina Price from the romantic equation, and move out of Paulina Price's own home. Can you believe it? Paulina Price, a woman who has fought tooth and nail for every ounce of happiness Paulina Price has ever had, is just walking away. Paulina Price is doing this because Paulina Price firmly believes that Lexie Carver and Abe Carver are absolute soulmates. And Paulina Price refuses to stick around just to watch Paulina Price's own heart get shattered into a million pieces when Abe Carver inevitably chooses the woman who just came back from the dead. But here is the kicker. Abe Carver drops a massive confession on Theo Carver that changes the entire trajectory of this storyline. Abe Carver admits that, despite Abe Carver's profound, lingering feelings for Lexie Carver, Abe Carver would actually choose Paulina Price if things were less complicated. Amazing! Abe Carver considers Paulina Price to be Abe Carver's true love in the here and now. But, and this is a massive, heartbreaking but, Abe Carver feels an overwhelming sense of obligation to be there for Lexie Carver. Think about it from Abe Carver's perspective. Lexie Carver lost so many years of Lexie Carver's life. Lexie Carver is completely overwhelmed, navigating a world that has moved on without Lexie Carver. Because Paulina Price took Paulina Price out of the picture, Abe Carver insists to Theo Carver that maybe Abe Carver should just reunite with Lexie Carver and try to pick up exactly where Abe Carver and Lexie Carver left off all those years ago. I personally believe this is a monumental mistake. Let's be real for a second. Theo Carver has been ruthlessly pushing Abe Carver to choose Lexie Carver, acting entirely out of Theo Carver's own selfish desire to have Theo Carver's nuclear family back. I passionately defend Paulina Price here. Paulina Price is acting with such grace and dignity, while Theo Carver is being incredibly manipulative. Paulina Price has endured so much trauma, from Paulina Price's abusive past to Paulina Price's recent health scares, and Abe Carver was Paulina Price's rock through all of it. To see Paulina Price voluntarily walk away from Paulina Price's safe harbor is a testament to Paulina Price's profound strength and Paulina Price's deep, selfless love for Abe Carver. Paulina Price isn't acting out of spite. Paulina Price is acting out of pure, unadulterated sacrifice. Meanwhile, Abe Carver is completely paralyzed. Abe Carver has always been the moral compass of Salem, the literal mayor and police commissioner who always knew right from wrong. But matters of the heart don't follow the law. Abe Carver's confession to Theo Carver that Paulina Price is Abe Carver's true love today is a massive bombshell. It completely shatters the fairy tale illusion that Lexie Carver is Abe Carver's only destiny. Thankfully, even Theo Carver starts to doubt if this reunion is a good idea when Theo Carver realizes that Paulina Price still holds Abe Carver's heart. This deeply reminds me of the classic Salem storylines from a decade ago. where duty and obligation were constantly warring with true, passionate love. You cannot build a future on guilt, EJ Carver. Speaking of the DiMera family and their endless chaos, we need to talk about Lexie Carver and EJ DiMera. On Thursday, Lexie Carver is going to fiercely push EJ DiMera for real answers about Lexie Carver's miraculous resurrection. How is this even scientifically or medically possible? EJ DiMera, in classic DiMera fashion, completely deflects. EJ DiMera tries to argue that the only important thing is that Lexie Carver is back, breathing Salem air. But Lexie Carver is no fool. Lexie Carver is a DiMera by blood, raised in the shadows of Stefano DiMera's twisted legacy. Lexie Carver remains highly confused and incredibly suspicious of EJ DiMera's ulterior motives. If you ask me, this is a huge mistake, because EJ DiMera is playing with fire. Peacock TV Spoilers, we've been tracking this for weeks, and we know EJ DiMera never does anything out of the goodness of EJ DiMera's heart. EJ DiMera is exploiting Lexie Carver's return for EJ DiMera's own corporate or personal gain, likely tying into EJ DiMera's massive war with Tony DiMera over the DiMera Enterprises throne. This brings back major memories of what Stefano DiMera did back in the day, using resurrections and mind control to manipulate the DiMera family like pieces on a chessboard. EJ DiMera is trying to be the new Stefano DiMera, but Lexie Carver is going to see right through EJ DiMera. I cannot wait to see Lexie Carver completely dismantle EJ DiMera's lies. Now, we need to take a deep breath because the next storyline is absolutely gut-wrenching. Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree DiMera are facing every young couple's worst nightmare. Chanel Dupree DiMera finally gets the official news regarding Chanel Dupree DiMera's biopsy, and the news is devastating. It is a malignant tumor, cancer, while Chanel Dupree DiMera is pregnant. That's crazy. The emotional weight of this is staggering. Chanel Dupree DiMera has built an incredible life with Sweet Bits Bakery, overcoming so many obstacles to finally find peace with Johnny DiMera. The cruelty of the universe to hand Chanel Dupree DiMera a malignant tumor diagnosis at the exact moment Chanel Dupree DiMera is carrying Johnny DiMera's child is just unfathomable. On Thursday, we are going to see Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree DiMera desperately trying to stay optimistic despite this horrific medical diagnosis. Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree DiMera are going to lean on each other for support, sharing some incredibly sweet, tear-jerking scenes as Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree DiMera cling to hope. I have such a love-hate relationship with how this is playing out. I absolutely love Johnny DiMera for stepping up and being the fiercely devoted husband that Chanel Dupree DiMera needs right now. Johnny DiMera is proving that Johnny DiMera is nothing like EJ DiMera. But I ruthlessly despise EJ DiMera in this scenario. While Johnny DiMera is dealing with a pregnant wife who has cancer, EJ DiMera is actively trying to manipulate Johnny DiMera into taking the DiMera business throne. It is sickening. It shows exactly where EJ DiMera's priorities lie. EJ DiMera views Chanel Dupree DiMera's tragedy as an inconvenient distraction, or worse, an opportunity to isolate Johnny DiMera. I desperately hope Johnny DiMera tells EJ DiMera to back off and focuses entirely on saving Chanel Dupree DiMera and the unborn baby. All right, let's pivot to some juicy, messy romance, because we need a palate cleanser. Javi Hernandez is about to have Javi Hernandez's world turned upside down. On Thursday, we are going to see the highly anticipated debut of Javi Hernandez's brand new boyfriend, Gus. But of course, in true Salem fashion, nothing goes smoothly. Javi Hernandez gets delayed while preparing to meet up with Gus, which creates the perfect, awkward opportunity for Gus to cross paths with none other than Leo Stark. Here is the hot take section, and I know some of you are going to fiercely debate me in the comments. Leo Stark is an absolute, irredeemable menace, and Javi Hernandez needs to run for the hills. When Leo Stark gets a good look at how handsome, charming, and put together Gus is, Leo Stark is going to be eaten alive by raging jealousy. We all know that Javi Hernandez is still secretly pining for Leo Stark deep down in Javi Hernandez's heart, which is just baffling to me. Leo Stark ruins everything Leo Stark touches. Let's take a closer look at Javi Hernandez's psychology here. Javi Hernandez has been confiding in Rafe Hernandez about this intense struggle to resist Javi Hernandez's feelings for Leo Stark. Rafe Hernandez is probably thrilled that Gus is entering the picture. Gus represents stability, kindness, and a drama-free existence. But Javi Hernandez is addicted to the chaos that Leo Stark provides. It is a classic moth to a flame scenario. Gus is a fresh start, a chance for Javi Hernandez to have a normal, healthy relationship away from the toxic sludge that Leo Stark brings to the table. But let's be real, Javi Hernandez is going to self-sabotage. I predict that Leo Stark is going to make it Leo Stark's personal mission to destroy Gus and win Javi Hernandez back, not because Leo Stark actually loves Javi Hernandez, but because Leo Stark cannot stand to see anyone else happy. This leads me right into our predictive lore for the upcoming weeks. Based on the show's internal logic, here is what I see happening. Leo Stark, in Leo Stark's desperate bid to win Javi Hernandez back and destroy Gus, is going to start digging into the DiMeras secrets to gain leverage. We already know Leo Stark is snooping around Chad DiMera, trying to find out about Lexie Carver's resurrection. What if Leo Stark uncovers the exact scientific method EJ DiMera used? What if Leo Stark finds out about EJ DiMera's secret connection to Cat Green in Italy? All these plots are on a massive collision course. The DiMera corporate war, Lexie Carver's resurrection, Chanel Dupree, DiMera's cancer diagnosis, and Leo Stark's jealous scheming are all going to explode at the exact same time. And you won't believe what happens next when all these secrets hit the light of day. The ripple effects are going to be felt by every single family in Salem. Abe Carver is going to have to make a final, permanent choice before Paulina Price leaves town for good. I am telling you, the summer sweeps are setting up to be the most explosive we have seen in over a decade. So, I have to ask you guys, do you think Abe Carver is making the ultimate mistake by choosing obligation to Lexie Carver over Abe Carver's true love for Paulina Price? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments right now. I want to see a full debate. And if you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications for Peacock TV Spoilers so you never miss an update on our favorite Salem drama. See you in the next video.